A mother's love is supposed to be unconditional, but that wasn't the case for Paula Jenkins. After she found out that her daughter passed away from the abuse that her daughter and even her endured from her boyfriend. This is Mirror to Her Mouth from House Arrest by Anna Deavere Smith. I began to learn how to cover it up, you know? Because I didn't want nobody to know that this was happening in my own home. I wanted everyone to think that we were a normal family. And I mean, we all had the materialistic things, but that didn't make my children's pain any less. I ran out of excuses about how we got black eyes and busted lips and bruises. Me and the kids. I didn't have no more excuses, but it didn't change the fact that it was a nightmare for my children. It was a nightmare. And I failed them dramatically. Because I allowed it to continue on and on and on. And that night that she got killed, and the intensity that grew and grew and grew, until one night we came home from getting drugs and he got angry with Maisha and he started beating her. And he continued to beat her. And he had a belt and he would use it. I'm just speaking of the particular night she died. And he beat her, and he put her in the bathtub, and I was in the bedroom. But before all this happened, 4 months before she died, I thought I could really fix this man. I thought I could fix him. So then I decided to have a baby by him. Insane. Thinking that if I gave him his own kid, he'll leave mine alone. And it didn't work. It didn't work. We wound up with 3 children. But the night that Maisha died, I stayed in the room with the baby. And I heard him just beating her, just beating her. Like I said, he had her in the bathtub. And every time he would hit her, she would fall. She would fall. And she would hit her head on the tub. And I could hear it. It happened continuously, repeatedly. And I dared not to move. I didn't move. I didn't even go to see what was happening. I just sat there and listened. And then later, he sat her just sit there. And she sat there for about 4 to 5 hours. And then he told her to get up. And when she got up, she said she couldn't see. She couldn't see. Her face was bruised and she had a black eye. All around her head was just swollen. Her head looked like it was 2 sizes its own size. I told him to let her go to sleep, and he let her go to sleep. And the next morning, she was dead. He went in and checked on her for school, and he got very excited, and he said, "She won't breathe." I knew immediately that she was dead. Because I went in. We told, like, the security guards of the mall that we had lost her, you know? We fabricated this story, and I went along with it, and we told him that she has been missing. But she wasn't missing. So after that, we left the mall, and we told him that she had on that night, and we got her dressed in the exact same thing, and we told the police that we had put on her, and we got the baby, and we drove like out to I-95. I was so petrified and so numb. All I could look was the rear view mirror. And he just laid her right on the shoulder of the highway. I didn't even want to accept the fact that she was dead. So I went in and took a mirror to her mouth. There was nothing coming out of her mouth. Nothing, he said. You want to know what he also said? He said, "We cannot let nobody know about this, so you got to help me." And I agreed. I didn't even dare tell anyone, because I had been keeping it a secret for years and years, and it just seemed like secondhand to me. It seemed like secondhand to me to keep a secret. That night, we went to the mall and we told the police that she had been missing. But in actuality, she was dead. My own child. I let that happen to